Okay, now the recording is on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Off.
good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
And
Yeah.
it's
Good
good evening in
evening.
the Philippines and
Yeah.
that part of the world.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
well, uh, this is our weekly interview with our successful distributed
Leaders.
leaders all over the world. And this week we just happen to have someone from the Philippines. Okay, and she is
Yeah.
Venus
Vin
Lazo or Lazo?
Lazo.
Lazo?
Lazo.
Okay. Well, American would be Lazo.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
anyway, we are very glad you're here, Venus. So now let's start with tell us something about yourself, where you went to school and all that, where you grew up. Okay?
Okay. Well, like what I've said, no, first of all, I'd like to thank you, Pat and Margaret, for having me here in this interview. That I am so happy and proud that I'll be in YouTube later. But with my background, yes, I was born and raised in Quezon Province. It is far south from Metro Manila, about 250 kilometers south,
Oh.
down south. Yeah, it's a very small municipality in the province. Um, Growing up, we don't have electricity, we don't have cable TV and telephone, so we only have the the provincial way of living, like that. So I grew up in a family that's from a poor family. Our parents don't have a regular job, don't have a regular income, so we're only provided with at least 3 square meals per day.
Mm.
Nothing more than that. So growing up, I experienced that we don't even have a decent house. We were in public school. We our parents can only afford to give us one new pair of dress during Christmas, and I will wear that same dress during the year end closing of school for the recognition, like that. So I never experienced a single Barbie doll.
Mm.
So growing up, I was really deprived of these things that the kids should have. I was in grade 2 when I started, maybe 7-year old, when I started helping my parents in their eatery. In Philippines, we call it karinderya. So I was grade 2 when I learned how to cook, how to manage a small eatery, small business. So technically and practically, I was earning at 7-year old. Sorry. So at that very young age, I know that life was hard. I know that I really have to grow. I really have to be good and do good, especially in school, so that I will have an opportunity to be a scholar in college so that I could get my degree. So that's what I do. Aside from helping my parents with their small eatery, I still have to study very hard, become excellent in my academics so that I can go into a state university and become a scholar. So I get in a very good state university in Manila, and as a scholar, and I finished a degree of Bachelor's of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering. So while studying in engineering, I also had to work in Jollibee, in McDonald's, in that time it's beeper, sending messages like that. operator. I work at night, I study in the morning, I work at night, I study in the morning until I graduate. So from province until I was 17 years old, I went to Manila to go to the university. But I lived in the squatters area, one of the biggest squatters in the slum area in Manila, because that's the area where my siblings are living, so that I don't have to rent, so that I
mm,
don't have to get another place to pay. So I just have to live with my siblings, and I just have to help them at the household chores during my after school and after work.
Mm,
mm. So
amazing.
you must be a very good student. Otherwise, you went from the province to Manila, right? That's not
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
You have to be number one or number two in your school so that you can get in that university.
Mm. Well, that counts us out.
Yeah, I know. We're not good students. Okay. Okay.
Well, anyway, so okay, you went to university, you graduated, and then what happened?
And then after school, I went into the semiconductor and electronics industry, because that is one area where my forte in engineering is actually inclined. But I was very smart. I was actually aware of what I wanted to have in life. So prior to graduation in 1999, I don't know about goal setting or what. I don't know that it was called goal setting, but I look at my life. I look at what I wanted to achieve 5 years from after graduation. Because what I really wanted is that I really wanted to go back home
Mm,
and become somebody that can be my parents, my family can be proud of. Because after high school, there are some people who challenged me and said, oh, their parents don't have money to send her to school, maybe she won't be able to finish or graduate. So at the time, after graduation, I look at my life and I set targets. So for me at the time, I defined success as having a simple house. I wanted to define myself successful 5 years after having a car, having a simple house, sending my kids to school, private school. I think I can define myself as successful if I can travel. But I realized with the numbers that for me to be able to afford that kind of basic lifestyle, I have to earn at least a six-digit income already. In the Philippine peso, it's 100,000 pesos. It's about $2,000. But in reality, my salary as engineer is only around $150, less than $200.
A month?
Yes, a month. So
wow.
yeah, and I asked myself, how will I be able to achieve that six-figure income? So I checked my industry, I asked around, and I found out that in our industry, for you to be able to achieve that six-figure income, you have to work at least 25 to 28 years.
Wow.
Mm.
And you have to know politics, you have to know the people, you have to work very hard, you have to have advance in education like MBA, masters. But I don't even know if I have the chance to
Mm,
become a vice president or a senior manager. And most importantly, I was not willing to wait 25 to 28 years to know if I have a chance, even a chance, to
mm,
earn that kind of income. So prior to Nu Skin, I was doing some retail of any product that I can sell and do some profit. You can say anything under the sun. Like I sell um hot dogs, Philippine hot dogs. We call this longanisa. I sell fresh seafoods, prawns. I
Hmm.
don't care even if I ride in a bus, in a jeep with this pail that there are some seafoods inside. I go to the office, I bring this stuff. I sell other products just to augment, just to have an additional income. So it's more of, even from the beginning, I know the value of hard work. I know the value of persistency. I know the value of working hard to get things done.
Mm. So you are an entrepreneur at heart. Even working as an engineer, you're thinking of augmenting your income, isn't it? You
Wow.
Yeah,
started thinking of
yeah.
that way. Yeah. So how did you run into New Skin?
Well, because I know already the fact that my income, my salary would never be enough. I was always open for options. One day, my office mate told me that she will not go to the client, because we go to a client for a sales call to introduce our equipments like that. One day she told me, I will not go to a client, but instead I will meet a friend back in college and we will talk about some business. When I heard that, I volunteered myself. I told her, I want to go. I want to see what business is that, because I'm also interested to have extra business. I also wanted to learn about how to earn extra. I don't know what business they are going to talk about. I don't know if the business is even legal, because back in 2001, it is the era of the in the Philippines, wherein a lot of scams are sprouting all over. A lot of pyramiding scams are available. So people are either excited about that because the money is fast,
Mm,
or they don't even wanted to be involved because they got burnt out already.
mm,
Mm.
mm,
So I volunteered to see my friend and her friend into that, but it's a very casual conversation. It's a tissue paper presentation in McDonald's, in one of the malls. Yeah, yes. And prior to that, to that casual presentation, I asked my friend, "What is the meeting? What is the company?" Because more or less, I already have an idea that it's about MLM,
mm,
more or less. Then she told me, because we are both engineers, she told me, it's about technology. It's about utilities, power, the telco, because in the US, there's this big planet, right?
oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she told me about that division of the company, because she thought I will be interested in that division because of our background as engineer. So when her friend is doing a casual presentation, honestly, I never understand about it, because after the presentation, I got surprised when there was a catalog, blue catalog, with these pictures of shampoo and body bar and Lufra and stuff like that. So I got confused. Why there's this skincare product pictures wherein I'm expecting a technology company
Mhm.
like that? But only thing I understood is that I have to join a business. I have to join a business. The income potential that was showed the Blue Diamond income, that's about 2 million per month in peso. It's $40,000. For me, it's too good to be true because I'm only earning $150. But it's so far away from my reality. But my mind is telling me that what if it's true?
Mm.
What if the opportunity is true? You would never know an opportunity if you never try. Even in a lotto, $100 million jackpot, you still have to go to the lotto outlet and bet. Take an effort to go there, pay something, bet, because you can never win something without betting on it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. So I go home thinking of where to get the money and how to afford the business builder package. At
Mm.
the time, the business builder package is around $200 more than. Um, and there's 11 products inside.
Mm.
And I don't have savings. Obviously, as a homemaker, as a breadwinner, I have two brothers, younger brothers to take care, to send to school. I have a 3-month-old baby girl. I have I am renting. I have a father to support. So $150 salary is never enough. So I don't have savings, but I really have to find ways to get the $200 or 10,000 pesos to get the initial starter kit. So what I did, I borrowed from a lending.
Mm.
I don't know if you're familiar. Here in the Philippines, we have what we call Bombay. It's a lending. The concept is 5-6. When you borrow 5, you pay 6. When you borrow 10, you pay 12. So it's a
Okay.
20% interest like that for something that you borrowed. But I never worried how I can pay the loan amount because one thing I have in mind is that it's my only ticket to try this business opportunity so that I could find out if this is working, if this would work. So I borrowed the money with an interest of 20%, and it's the start of my 19-year journey.
Mm.
Ah,
Hmm.
wow.
So now you started New Skin, right? How about people around you? Were they very supportive?
Well, of course, a lot of people are very negative about this, especially my father, because he said, "You're so, you are
Engineer.
you work very hard to become an engineer. You persistent even if you had to work while studying and something like that. And now you have an opportunity to work in the government, to work in a lot of opportunity, but you're selling soap and shampoo. And you tell
That's
me that you will be rich in that soap and shampoo, and you are never even a doctor. How can you sell that supplement, that medicines like
mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm.
So, and uh a lot of people from the province, a lot of people from where I live in the squatters area, my my classmates in engineering. So if in my own personal network, I would never succeed
Mhm.
because nobody believed in the opportunity. And I understand that they may be because it's the first time that somebody from the family is joining a business like this. So I also understand, but I never listened to them.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's why I ask. And normally, when you sign up to start a new skin business, those people that are closest to you usually object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, what I did, I first protected my senses, my
Mm.
five senses. I protected my eyes, my ears, because I know that it's not healthy for me and my business. So I know if my father is still awake at night, we don't go home so that we don't listen to anything that he will say. And I leave very early so that he doesn't have any chance to talk to me about,
Wow.
yes, about any negative things. What I did, I work hard. I got results very fast. In 3 months, in less than 3 months, I got my first car. Of course, it's mortgage, but the amortization, my monthly amortization is already coming from my new skin income in less than 3 months in the business. So when I see the car, they started to believe that, oh, it's working.
Now, what did you do those 3 months that you were able to make such
Yeah,
income?
I don't have network. Um, when I started, Pat and Margaret, when I started, I have all the valid reasons to fail. Okay, I have all the excuses. I don't have money. I don't have
Mhm.
network. I don't have a skill. I don't have business background. Okay, but I was willing to learn. I was willing to work very hard so that I can get the network that I need. Because in my background, I grew up in the province. In our province, nobody is using as skincare. We use what we use in our laundry, the laundry bars, detergent. We also use to wash our hair and body. So
Wow.
nobody
Oh.
is would nobody would really dare to invest a $20 body bar. Okay,
Mhm.
in when I was in Manila for 6 years, I was in slum area, squatters area, and most of the people there are what squammies. So
Mm-hmm.
on my own personal network, I have no one to sell new skin. But and also the resistance was there. Negative comments. They are negative, but they cannot afford.
Mm.
Okay. So I went out. I learned how to talk to strangers. I go out to Starbucks, to coffee shop, to bookstore, to restaurant, to supermarket, everywhere. Whenever there is new people to talk to, so that I can introduce the business and the products to new people who don't know me, who will not judge me, and who will trust me.
Mm.
Wow.
So when I get results because of that perseverance, because my first goal on the
Mm-hmm.
first 2 months is to make an extra 15,000 or $300.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for me to be able to sustain my business, because at that time here in Manila, there are BOMs at night.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Usually 7 p.m. up to 11 in the evening. You know that when you are here, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
old BOM style, the long story and everything. And it's far. You have to go to Makati or Tigas, and I live in the south. So I still had to commute at midnight, something like that. So, and we still have to have extra expenses on top of our regular expenses at home. When I do new skin, of course, I had extra expenses. Going, commuting to the BOMs. Of course, we have to eat after or before the BOMs because we finish at midnight. And sometimes our mentors are visiting us here, and they have to invite late dinner after BOM. And of course, the
I
culture is,
remember.
yeah. And of course, the culture is we have to pay on our own. So at that time, I have to make extra $300 already so that I can fuel up, I can sustain my business operations. I can still use my salary to my family expenses and earn extra from the business so that I can sustain my business expenses.
Mm.
And because of that, I am very clear of what I need. I am very focused on the result that I wanted. Weekly results, weekly goal. So I need to make at least 3,000 pesos to 5,000 pesos, maybe about 50 to $100 per week so that I have some money to spend on my business and some money extra for my family. That's why when I became an executive after 3 or 4 months, I am already making at least 30,000 pesos or $600. So that's already times two or three of my salary. So I got my car.
Mm.
Wow.
Mm.
Amazing story. Yeah.
And because you got your car, your family start to change their mind. Uh,
Yes.
See,
Yes.
oh, this thing works.
Yes. And a lot of people around. So they started to check, oh, what's happening in your business? So what's going on? Why you are able to afford that? And we improved our rental house from squatters area to somebody who is more decent. So we improve every time we achieve a pin title. We always improve that kind of rental that we lived in until we got to that house that you see in the house blessing.
Ooh. Yeah, can you share with
Yeah,
us?
tell us more about that.
Tell us more.
So, yeah, the first goal to earn 200 $300 on my first 3 months. And then I because I my goal really is to have that 6-digit income, Filipino dream income, 100,000 pesos.
Mhm.
So that is my focus on my first year. That's why in over maybe 12 months to 16 months, maybe some time like that, I was already making on the average 80 to 100,000 per month. So about 2 to 3,000 per month dollars already. And less than 2 years, when I got my first milestone, first million peso, when it's already my average income at the time is about 6 to 8 times of my salary as an
Wow.
Mm.
engineer. So when I decided to quit my job and do New Skin full time in 2003. So that's my first million peso milestone. And moving forward, I the Ruby title is probably my longest stay in the milestone. Maybe because I was very comfortable with the income. Because from from the $150 income to 2 to 3,000 dollars, it's a huge jump already. So I was very comfortable with the income, very comfortable with the kind of improvement in the way we live. So I was there for a couple of years until I decided that, yeah, the pacing of my team depends on my pacing, and I have to take that lead to move forward so that my team can also move forward. So from Ruby to Emerald to Blue Diamond, I think the fastest I got is when I became Diamond. Diamond to Blue Diamond, it took me only few months.
Wow.
Because the time, the old compensation plan, remember, it's quite a big leap from 8 to 12.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
8 to 12, and you have to hold that for at least 2 months. But since the gear is really moving towards that blue diamond ship, so it's quite fast. I became blue diamond in 7 years, 2001 to 2008, 7 years. And then in 2011, when you were here in my house blessing, it's my benchmark of 20 million peso
Oh,
benchmark.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the amazing thing is that after 20 million, 2 years after, I jumped to 50 million, which is the $1 million mark.
Well,
So
I guess
imagine, it took
once,
me 10 years. Took me 10 years to get that first 20 million, but only 2 years for the 30 million.
yeah,
well, you have momentum going. That's why. Once you
yeah.
get started,
And
you
then the
once you get
curve,
rolling,
the curve will go up
yeah,
like
once you
that.
get
Yes,
rolling,
that
In the
that
beginning, the curve is
momentum.
slow, right? You're an
Yes.
engineer. The curve is
Yeah.
slow, slow, up and down, and then when you reach a point, it goes woo, like that.
Yes. Yes. And that's became MDC, the fourth. I think I am the fourth in the Philippines to reach that $1 million mark. In 20 I got MDC in 2013, and I was part of that 100 US dollar millionaire of Southeast Asia that was featured in Forbes magazine in July of 2016.
Mm.
Wow,
Yes.
wow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So,
Yeah. Mhm. You need to send us a copy of that. Like a picture, and then send it to us. Okay.
yeah, yes, yes. We'll get
Wow,
the
amazing.
copy.
So now let's go back. When you're building, what did you do? To show the products? Do you do demos, or you just talk business? And which did you do?
When I was starting, I was smart to understand the long-term effect of building the business, of doing the business building. And also, because nga my network are not really capable of buying the products, so I am geared towards building the foundation of the business. So the retail of the products happen when I sell the business builder package during the
Mm,
sign up. Okay, but my focus really is to find business builders that will help me grow and build the business, especially on the first 3 years. Not, but I also share the product, but it's mostly for follow-up conversation. When I have a guest and they could not even decide yet, I invite them again to do the demo. But the demonstration before is long. It's like 3 hours to do the
3 hours.
facelift, to explain the pH pencil, the marketing philosophy. Remember
Mm-hmm.
the body
Yeah.
bar demo, the loofah, and all. Now you can do it in Facebook Live. In two
Mm-hmm.
minutes, doing the Lumispot demo, you can reach a lot of more people.
Yeah.
And not that before, you sometimes I have a guest, sometimes they will tell me, oh, I cannot decide because I still have to talk to my husband or my wife. So even if they are from the province, I have to go there on a
Mm,
weekend to close because they say I have to wait for my husband or for my wife's approval. So I go there for them, for the husband and the wife, to talk to them if they're really going into the business. And I always have ready package, sponsoring package. I am always ready every time, anytime, anywhere to close. I always have an opportunity to close
mm, mm.
like that.
Now, I remember when we visited your house. Okay, you mentioned something about you're getting a house for your parents too.
Yes. It's in the other
Here,
area.
sorry.
Yeah, it's in the other area of somewhere in Cavite at the time.
And I'm sure they're very glad that you got into New Skin.
Of course, they are. Because when I in 2001, when I joined New Skin, my father never back to any job or any work. He was pensioner
Oh.
from New Skin.
So
Fully
you're
supported.
uh,
Fully supported from New Skin since 19 years ago.
wow,
Mm.
nice.
Well, I guess that's very important for us Asians, to take care of your parents,
Yes.
isn't
And
it?
also my brother is you when I started doing the business, my youngest brother is only first year in high school. And
Mm,
that's why he saw the improvement of our life from milestone to milestone. And he graduated a degree of customs administration, but he just worked for 75 days and he retired.
He's doing his
Early
wow.
retirement of 75 days because he also do new skin. So he is also a full time in the business and he's doing well and he's also building his business with
mm,
us.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Good to hear, really. I mean, a lot of people, when they hear about MLM, is, oh, don't talk to me about that. But
Yeah.
if they think about it, they have to find out more, really.
First.
Well, number one, what's the company all about? What about the products? Are they good? Are
Mhm.
they, do they bring results, right? And then the plan, how you get paid. And you look at these three things together, it forms a very powerful package. If people would just sit down and listen, uh, well, it's a good thing as you from the beginning had the mindset, okay, I want to make this a success.
Mm.
Well, you have the mindset that, okay, I want to get out of my current situation. And New Skin is one way to do it. And I'm very
Yes.
glad you did. Look what you've
Yes.
accomplished now.
I know.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, success stories like this, we need
It's
to
true.
promote this more.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, oh, okay, you told that. Okay. I think the Philippines has a COVID-19 also,
Yes.
right?
And how do you do? How do
How
you?
how did that affect
Yeah.
you guys?
It's so amazing that during these 10 months of pandemic, would you believe that we've grown our business by at least 300%?
Wow. How do you do that?
Well, we're too bad if we say thank you because of pandemic. Of course, we are not thankful of the pandemic, but we're just so grateful that it's another opportunity for us to realize how great this opportunity is. That the opportunity is so pandemic proof, it's crisis proof, it's it's because in 2020 in the Philippines we've got a lot of what you call this natural calamities. In January, almost a year ago, we've had volcano eruption.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, in one of the nearest volcano here in Metro Manila. So everybody is in chaos. It's more than a month that people from the nearby area of where the volcano is, it's almost 2 months that most people are in evacuation centers
Oh,
because they cannot go back to their hometown. It's dangerous. because of the alarm, the possibility of having the eruption again. So
Mm.
it's January, February, and then come March, the lockdown happened because of the COVID. So we've been in lockdowns in March for like 10 months already. So at the beginning, of course, everybody was shattered. What are going to happen? Uh, because everybody cannot go out, nobody could do business, everybody is shut down, and what you call this? So everybody is uncertain, especially on the first 2 weeks of the
Mm.
lockdown. Okay. But I am just one of those entrepreneur leaders who is always ready, always, always prepared. Okay, so before the lockdown happened, I have everything in my house. All the products that I need is with me. The company closed, and 3 weeks after, before they figure out how they can operate again, because they still have to talk to some people who are willing to work. They have to check the logistics and everything, the safety. And so,
Mhm.
but our business did not stop because I have staff. I have all the, yes, I have my, especially Ecosphere. Because at that time, it's the biggest sale that we have, because everybody is afraid of the virus. Everybody is afraid of the the contamination. So they got aware of they need to have a clean water from their own faucet, from their own kitchen.
Mm.
And I'm lucky because when I was qualifying for Moscow, so I got this kind of opportunity to prepare my business really. So when this lockdown happened, I have Ecosphere. I can send to client because we have a lot of couriers here, motorcycle couriers that can deliver your goods from your house to the other
Mm.
end. And the client also, it's also acceptable that you don't have to go there and install
Right.
their Ecosphere, because they can install it themselves, because they're also not allowing any other people from outside to go inside the house. So the business go was really going smoothly, and we really experienced on the first March, April, May, the we feel already feel the growth of the business.
Mm.
March, April, May, and by first month, March, it's already almost double of my February.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay.
And it's growing up little by little. But I think the biggest was November. November was my maybe triple, more than triple, almost times four of my February baseline.
Mhm. So what did you do? Share with us.
Yeah, because first and foremost, I always tell to my people that in every crisis, there is always an opportunity. Okay? It's all in every crisis, there is always an opportunity. It's up to you how you will take advantage of the opportunity. In every situation, there are always two kinds of people. Either you will go dwell in a situation that you are very limited of your choices, because you're afraid, because you are limited, there's a pandemic, so you always give yourself excuses. Or you go into a situation that you will make things happen, because the
Mm.
fact is that there's a huge market. At first, a lot of people would tell me, oh, it's so life was hard, a lot of companies have closed down, a lot of employees got retrenched or lost their jobs. And when I told them, oh, let's do new skin, my friend reacted this way. Oh, who will buy your products? It's so expensive. So I told her, you're missing a lot. because would you believe that we grow our business times 300% because of the situation? So they could not believe. But I know because I was in some of the organization, some of the humanitarian, I don't know if you're familiar with this groups like Rotary, like that. And most of the people in this kind of organizations are business owners, who are actually in capturing the top scale market. And I know these people have on the regular regular life, they have budget to travel, budget to eat out, fancy things in life like going modeling, budget for a lot of things in life. But since now they cannot go out, they have extra money to dispose. So
Mm.
if you actually talk to them about galvanic spa or lumi spa, they can easily buy because they don't have a parlor, a spa to go to.
You can spend the money.
Okay? And they have extra money to spend. Okay? So there's a lot of opportunity available. It just depends on how you would like to take advantage of it. So yeah, we took advantage of that. And also because of a lot of people have lost their jobs, or even if those people are still working but are afraid that they may lose their jobs tomorrow, say they are also open for plan B, open to take a look at some opportunity to do. So we took advantage of the two products, the product per se and the product of the opportunity, so that we can combine together to make the business really grow this big during the time of economic crisis, global economic crisis.
Yeah, that's almost same story we hear almost everywhere
Yeah.
in Asia. So far, the people we talk to, okay, COVID-19, yeah, it's not a good thing, but
Mm.
somehow it helped our business because people, I guess, wake up to the fact that the job may not be there. So here's one
Yes,
way out. There's one way
yes,
to support themselves. And now, especially with new technology, we don't have to meet face to face.
yes,
Right? We can do meetings like this.
yes. Before, in the old setup, we have to call people to invite. And most of the time, we do cold inviting. So chances are, even if you call 100 people, maybe you get few yeses. And even if you get few yes confirmation, you still got uh denial after, or they probably not show up.
Mm-hmm.
So chances of you showing up, imagine we travel 3 hours from south to Ortigas. Sometimes we have to rent the place, we have to, of course we still have to eat, we have to is expenses on toll, on gas, on parking, a lot of things. But now it's easier, just meet in Zoom. You don't have to go
Mhm.
out. You don't have to spend on a lot of things, and you can still do business. So a lot of things have happened, especially on my business in 2020. I think it's my biggest business in the last 8 years, and I accomplished a lot of things. I have accomplished a lot of things. In fact, I am excited to grow my business even bigger. I found a new goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a new goal. I am excited to make my business even bigger because I bought a property. It's a beachfront property in the province. So I have to develop the property so that it can become a vacation haven, or a rest house or something like that, because it's really the property is really nice. So that's my 2021 goal.
Mm.
Ooh.
Just
I
like
know.
a different
just like you, she
property.
likes property
I
or real
know.
estate. Don't show her real estate. It's dangerous. You know, so, oh, look at oh, I want it.
Yeah.
Ah, that's good. It's good to have a goal. Yeah. So I agree with you that in the beginning I did not know what goal was, but you had a plan, target what you want to do. And so you reach it. That's perfect. Oh my God. Yeah. So how old are your children now?
The eldest is second year in college. She's
Oh
19
my
years
God.
old. Yeah,
I
she's the new skin baby, the 3-month-old baby when I started. So she's also 19-year-old now.
Oh,
wow.
She is
it,
second year in college.
you know,
She is
Mina,
studying voice,
Uh-huh.
bachelor's of music, and major in voice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
well,
That
hopefully after her bachelor's degree in the Philippines, she wanted to get a master's degree in Europe for the voice, maybe in Austria where Beethoven like that. So maybe in the future, if she's already a professional performer, you can watch her.
okay. Yeah, maybe we'll have to invite her for our
the
masquerade.
masquerade. You have
Yeah.
to tell her about your
Yeah.
masquerade.
So yeah, so we have actually we just started yesterday. Once a month we have a product, we call it a face challenge using
Okay.
using Lumi Spa, using Galvanic Spa. So today will be the second day, and we
Mm.
would love for you to come take a look. And on Friday night, the last day, we have so-called a mask parade party.
Okay.
There's a opera called the Phantom of the Opera,
Yeah.
right? I know your
Uh,
daughter would know. And so because we have so many masks, we have like 11 masks.
In
So
new
mm.
skin.
in new skin, yeah, new skin. So what happened? We call the different half of a mask is like a mask parade. So we have different people come, and we actually have a young man in Kuala Lumpur is also a music major, and he just graduated, I think, this past year. And so he sings for us for our
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, okay, will be fun.
Join us,
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
it'll be fun. I'll find out. Yeah, I'll let you know. That's very good.
See,
No,
that's one
that's
thing. What
nice.
happened with the pandemic, we have to shift instead of having going to a center to meet. Now we just use Zoom to meet, and it
Yeah.
makes the reach is much farther because of this. Now we can talk to you. You're in the Philippines, and we're in the U.S.
Yes.
Now, I mean, and one thing about the Filipinos, there are plenty of Filipinos worldwide. So now with this, you don't have to go there to meet them, right? Now you just meet them online, and you can build the
Yes.
business even wider this way. So
Correct.
that opens a whole new way of signing or finding people to join us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is wonderful.
Wow. So this
Very
is
good.
really good. Your business grow threefold. That 3 times bigger. That's really nice. Okay. Okay. So we have a question now. What has New Skin brought you that is most satisfying?
Obviously, the income was good. Okay. The income, the travels, the house, the cars, the kind of education that I was able to give to my children. But the most satisfying is probably the number of people that was touched, moved, and inspired because of the results, the story that I've got in the business. You know, having someone knowing the background of starting from negative, from scratch, going into that $1 million circle is a big story. And for me, it's not to brag about the income per se, but it's more of having or giving hope to other people that it's also possible for them.
Mhm.
That is one of the most satisfying. And also, of course, um, in the last few years, I got sabbatical leave in my business. I've got semi-retirement. In 2016, I joined politics in the province. Yeah, I ran for mayor. Of course, I did not win, but it's one of the most it's one of the happiest days of my life when I was there for almost 2 years. When I was with these farmers, with these fisher folks, with these people who are really from the bottom, going for you, asking for help. And I know that the money that I'm giving them, the kind of support and help that I was able to provide, are all hard earned money from New Skin. It was the most challenging, the most expensive tuition fee I've got because of the kind of money I spend. But I was excited to experience that because I know I am losing the money only. But I know that New Skin would replenish that money month after month after month. So if not for New Skin, I would never have the chance to go
Mm,
into that experience, because if we are talking of about millions of pesos, millions of, maybe about $60,000, like that. So it's probably a lifetime savings for some people, and you can only save that for once.
Mhm.
Okay, but because if it's New Skin, so I know that even if even if I lost some, I can get back again because the money kept on coming month after month after month. And it always have that exponential growth potential anytime. So I was happy with that experience, even if it's expensive. And I treasure that experience really for the rest of my life because it was given to me by New Skin.
mm. Well, we live outside of Washington, so there are plenty of politicians around
Wow.
here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't become one. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's not easy. There's so many things you have to worry about. It's more fun doing New Skin.
Yeah.
yes.
So, okay, the next question is what would you have happened if you did not have new skin?
Can you
Oh, I think I can't imagine a life without New Skin. Maybe I am slave at work. Yeah. Or maybe I am working overseas because I always wanted to have a better opportunity, better income. So I would probably be working abroad, or still, yeah, definitely a slave by somebody else. Or it's because I believe that I am a good seed. Wherever I am, I will always prosper. I will always, um because I have a clarity in my mind what kind of life I wanted. So maybe if it's not New Skin, I would still probably be achieving something, maybe not this fast, and
Mm,
maybe not this at this young age of mine now. So the New Skin accelerates everything,
mm,
Wow.
and
mm,
Potential.
made
Potential.
this, yeah, and made this opportunity, made these experiences possible the shortest time.
mm. Yeah, with your mindset, I guess you'll be successful in almost anything or any business you want to try. It's
Yeah.
except that you just find the right vehicle in New Skin, and then
Yes.
enable you to do all these wonderful things. Like getting a house for your parents. I think for Asians, that's very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
giving back to our parents, right? After all, they brought us here,
into this world. Yeah.
right? Without them, we won't be here. Very obvious.
Yes. Yeah, that is Asian.
Mhm.
Yeah, this Asian way of thinking, what do you call that? Filial
Piety.
piety. Okay.
Yeah.
Take care of your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very important. Just wish our kids will
Will
listen.
take care of us
Take
too.
care of your parents, right?
Yeah.
When we get old, take care of your parents, guys. Yeah.
But the kids will say, "You have new skin."
Yeah, you don't need us. You don't need us, right? Anyway, well, one thing we found out about New Skin is one thing that, really wonderful is we have friends all over the world.
Mhm.
We don't have to worry about, oh, when you retire, you're by yourself. No. Well, number one, we don't have to retire,
Yeah.
right? We can keep, work. We call this working. We're just
Yes.
chatting with you, finding out
More.
your good story. Okay. And this is work because why? Someone will listen to your story and say, hey, I can do that too. I want to get out of my situation. Why
Yeah.
can't I be like Venus? Right?
Yeah.
So, and well, without New Skin, we won't meet you.
I know.
Very obvious.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's
We won't,
right.
we won't experience that house blessing. That's a first for us. Maybe it's common in the Philippines. For us,
Yeah.
Oh.
New
So I
experience
should
for
work.
us.
So I should work harder so I could finish the development of my rest house so I can invite you again.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we hope we can come,
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, it will
We
take
hope.
yeah, it will still take a little longer because the property is 7,500 square meters.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
it's quite big. It's quite a lot of hard work and a lot of yeah, it is quite a long shot goal, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited to put in a lot of things in there, rest house, spa, a lot of things.
good. Well, that gives you a goal, to
Yeah.
work for,
That's good.
right? Something that you want to achieve. Yeah. Well, you get it. Don't
Yeah.
worry, you
You'll
get
be
there.
there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Given your mindset, I don't have any doubt that you'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Words of wisdom for newcomers of New Skin right now.
Well, of course, first of all, especially for the first comer, you have to make a single decision. Okay, a single decision to succeed no matter what. Because as you go along the journey, you will face a lot of challenges, a lot of dream stealers, rejections, attrition, a lot of it. It's common, it's normal. But at the end of the day, what will matter is your goals, the kind of life that you'd like to achieve in this business. So you only have two options. You will either have reasons or results. Of course, your reasons are valid. Okay, nobody will say, it's not, it's an excuse. But what would you rather have? Reasons or results? Don't wish things to get easy, but you have to get better.
Mm.
Because no matter where you are, you will always face challenges. You will always get rejected. If your kids, your parents are needed you for help for medical expenses, for hospitalization, for education, and if you cannot afford, you will still be rejected. Not because other people rejected you, but you rejected yourself by providing that kind of support to your loved ones. So don't be afraid of rejection. It's there every day. We eat rejection for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Well, I'm sure
Okay? Yeah. If you think this business is hard, maybe because you are thinking of your own benefits. But if you're thinking of you're doing this business because you wanted to empower a lot of people, you wanted to add value to people, you wanted to just become a messenger to tell them that there is an opportunity, you don't have that much attachment of your own personal agenda, then the business is not hard. The business would be easier because you know that you are just trying to add value to other people. And yeah, you just have to have an intentional living. John Maxwell said, intention is different from being intentional. We always have good intention, but if it's just intention and it is not intentional, then you will not get it. We always have achieved massive results when we are intentional about it. So a good, as I've said earlier, when you are a good seed, you can always prosper wherever you are. So if you are not yet a good seed, then you can cultivate yourself,
Mm,
improve yourself, harness the skill, talk to a lot of people, fail, fail, learn, and fail forward. So there's no exemption of uh, rejection and failures, but the most important thing is that you fail and you move forward. You learn from that and you move forward. So new skin is probably the biggest and the greatest blessing that I've got in my life. And I have always been grateful. I have always been thankful for the opportunity platform that this amazing company has given us in the last 19 years. So, yeah, if you are starting this business, just continue to do what you have to do in the first place, why you started, and if you persevere, if you continue to commit to your success, if you continue to push yourself to really get the results that you want, then definitely you will also get to the point in your life that you will harvest everything that you have worked for.
mm.
So rejection is being paid as well. When you are like Pat and Margaret, having been in the $20 million circle for the last many years. So everything that they that have rejected with them in the last 20 or 30 years have already paid off. So we also wanted and we also look forward to enjoy, to also have the kind of life that our mentors have, like Pat and Marguerite, like Janet and Joseph, like a lot of leaders in the business world. So you guys are one of my inspirations. I could not forget the day when I attended the BOM. The first time your picture flashed in the presentation. They introduced this couple as Dr. Pat and Margaret, and they flashed this picture of a huge house inside the golf course. And during the time I'm only maybe executive or just starting the business. But I promised myself I will also achieve success. I will also become a blue diamond. I will also become a $1 million circle member And I will also have that huge house that someday my organization will use my picture in the presentation and inspire people to really give them that chance, that possibility that it can be done, that it's possible in New Skin. So thank you, Pat and Margaret, for all that you do, for all the inspiration, for all your love and kindness. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for the
For, so yeah, you're really inspirational.
yeah.
So yeah,
Listening to you guys' stories, Yeah,
know.
good we have these interviews. So everybody has a different story.
yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
So right now, anybody in the audience want to ask any questions? Yeah, because we did over an hour
An
already.
hour, yeah.
Yeah, we were planning our talk is like 45 minutes at most an hour, but your story is so good. It is so good that it's overflowing, but that's perfect. That is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody questions? I guess because I
Mm,
think actually
it's pretty late
I
over
think
there.
Venus
yeah.
really covered all the area. I love your story. I love your
Thank
story.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
let me stop the recording.
Salamat.
Let me stop we stop the recording.